Hey guys, Jay-Sensei here again. This is me. What if Naruto had multiple Kekkei Genkai? But I drew this, but it's well, kind of. I just kind of edited the eyes, but um, I kind of cut off the cape by accident. So that cut off cape covers up the G in Genkai. Well, not the G covers up most of the word Genkai. So I did not forget the rest of the word. The messed up cape kind of just covers it up. Covers it up. But yeah. So basically, the day of Naruto's birth is very similar as the canonical start, but the Nine-Tailed Fox, when it sealed inside Naruto, and due to Naruto being also the Ringan Shirashira, those two things combined, basically send Naruto into the mindscape of not the mindscape, the mating place for all tailed beasts. The Jinchurikis aren't there, but all the tailed beasts are. Only Jinchuriki there is Naruto. Hagoromo then tells them about the Indra and Ashura cycle and tells them that Naruto is basically the child of dead destiny, and that he needs to end the cycle forever. And the tailed beasts need to unite the current vessels, and current or future vessels to help Naruto. And his name is Naruto Uzumaki. The boy will save the world. These words, all tailed beasts offer up their chakra, which would lead to them offering up their Kekkei Genkai all at once. So with Naruto getting these abilities, well, he basically gets I'm not to tell him yet, but still, I'm gonna go over his Kekkei Genkai at age 4. So yeah, so age 4, Naruto can use magnet release, ice release, boiler release, explosion release, and storm release. With Kekkei Genkai, Naruto also has access to water, wind, fire, earth, and lightning. So yeah, the only thing he's missing is literally just yin and yang release or yin yang release. Well, yin and yang release and yin yang release. And Naruto is excelling in school in terms of just chakra control. So Kurama actually trains Naruto. He trains Naruto with Ninshu, but not ninjutsu. He helps Naruto on the spiritual aspect, not the physical aspect of it. This basically tells Naruto that Naruto is supposed to use Ninshu, not ninjutsu. And Naruto agrees to only use Ninshu most of the time. Naruto learning ninjutsu, he has to do that on his own. And Naruto's taijutsu is about close to Sasuke. Be sure that right, Sasuke. This is gonna be a Fem Sasuke one. But still, like in most of my what ifs, harem. At least for Naruto, that is. So, yeah. So, yeah. And Naruto using magnet release collects gold and iron and anything with value. He even lines his clothing with iron, so Senbone, even lines his clothing with iron and just gold. So such as things like Senbone, Kunai, and Shuriken, or even Fist can't land a stronger fatal blow on him. Unless he collect all this valuable material, well, he kind of gathers it all around, kind of like how Rasa does. And even Yujin takes note of Naruto's many Kekkei Genkai, especially the gold dust that he uses, the gold dust he collects with magnet release. The point where he even tells Rasa that, yeah, there's a kid in a village who can use magnet release, and even the same way you use it. So how about this? You can use your magnet release and gold dust for combat, and since your village is not really economically flourishing, we'll send you money. We'll send you money via gold dust. How's that work? In exchange, you do send us a few scrolls on magnet release to help our boy. And Rasa even found this very, very valuable, which established an even bigger pact between the Hidden Mist, not Hidden Mist, Hidden Sand and the Hidden Leaf. So yeah. But now we go on to Naruto when he's 13 years old. Now, with him being friends with Kurama, but his body still having a physical limit, he can take roughly around 6 tails of Kurama. So that's just how strong his chakra is itself. Then he has access to all chakra natures, including yin and yang release and yin yang release. He has scorch, boil, lava, ice, wood, mud, storm, explosion, phasing. I'm kind of including my own personal ones, plus some stuff I found on just random sites. I'll tell you what these do. Phasing release, which allows him to phase through objects. Chemical release, shock release, gravity release, black lightning, dark release, crystal release, typhoon release, steel release, dust release, ash release, and truth-seeking orbs. It's all of his abilities. All of them at age 13. Chemical release is mainly with healing, poison, and making elixirs that can enhance your body at all. So yeah, they enhance your body, they can poison your enemies, or you can just it just gives you better access to healing ninjutsu. Shock release is basically the Guruguru no Mi, or Whitebeard's fruit. That's kind of what shock release is. And gravity release is, well, basically you can control gravity on a decently low scale. And the best you can do 20 times normal gravity, and they can probably prevent someone from moving, or can completely crush someone into just a puddle of blood. But yeah, so Naruto can use all these and even true-seeking orbs, but he can only make one of them, because it takes a lot of just power out of them. But yeah. And all these abilities combined put Naruto above all current and past Kage. Like his wood release is on level Hashirama. That says it in itself. And his IQ is pretty basic, but his skill made him Rookie of the Year. His battle IQ is actually a league above everyone else. Not even Shikamaru compares to Naruto's battle IQ. So yeah. But he still gets put on Samuel Team 7. Yeah, so Kakashi would still have some dislikes in Team 7. And their dreams and goals. Naruto says he likes training, ramen, and his friends, animals, and sleep. Those things he likes. He dislikes people who put down others' hard work, dreams, and lifestyles. His dream is just to be strong to protect his friends. Well, Sasuke and Sakura say the exact same things they did in canon. But Sakura just doesn't say she hates Naruto, which always finds him annoying. This one, Sasuke was actually decently friends with Sakura and Ino, since they're like only girls in the class, and Sasuke was like, I guess girls just get stick together, I guess, whatever. But yeah. So now we go on to basically the next day, where it would be the bell test. Naruto can tell that Kakashi's lying, as well. He has access to Naruto's chakra, so you can just see it. So Naruto ate breakfast and arrived right at the same time as Kakashi did. Then when Kakashi tried, he did something in his canon where he didn't retreat. So since he didn't want to retreat, well, he's gonna fought Kakashi head on, and Naruto would eventually decide to use 3 shadow clones. And you guys are wondering how he used shadow clones. The Mitsuki incident ended the moment he threw the shuriken. Like Naruto gave him a chance to put the shuriken down. And when he threw it, Naruto ended up basically putting him on the ground, and the whole tree warped into basically a giant creature, and it crushed Mitsuki's legs. So yeah. And then he read the whole scroll until Mitsuki arrived. So he memorized everything in the scroll ceiling, just doesn't use any of it besides shadow clones. Maybe he'll occasionally learn Flying Raijin. Yeah. Yeah, so now we go on to basically the 3 clones all launch one giant not shadow clone. They all launch one giant water dragon jutsu, and its attack is basically impossible to defend against. Water dragons fuse to the point where they're just mass itself would span the whole battlefield, even where Kakashi was hiding, but intentionally had missed where his team was hiding. So it works. But Kakashi yelled, "What the hell?" before the dragons had crashed into him, only to reveal substitution. But there Kakashi was hiding underground, pretty nervous actually. But yeah, so Naruto already knew this and just basically fired off a giant fireball jutsu that burned away the ground that Kakashi was hiding beneath, which shows something. Not just fireball jutsu is hard enough to basically burn away the ground. Like this fireball jutsu is like engulfing the forest itself. So before Naruto has access to all nature releases, and basically every nature release you name, he probably has access to it. But yeah. Kakashi would jump out of the ground, but suddenly Sasuke would jump in, firing off her own fireball jutsu, but Naruto would basically yell palm it in the middle, shooting it forward even faster with a lot more force too. So yeah. Now, with this, Kakashi was able to dodge it, but suddenly Sakura jumped through the flames, grabbing Kakashi's bells, and that had burned her arm slightly. Kakashi was actually trying to blow a Sharingan, but Sakura timed it perfectly, so she shows Kakashi couldn't see it and was actually focused on something else. But yeah, so they slightly burned forearms, and yeah. After the bell test, well, Kakashi asked Sakura why she did that, and Sakura basically just says, Naruto and Sasuke were attacking, and it seems so cool, and I can't do anything similar to that, so I decided to sacrifice myself so those who don't fail. But since I got bells, I'm willing to go back to the academy. Kakashi just sighed, telling Sakura that Naruto seemed to be a bit selfish in battle, but made sure to actually ignore where his teammates' spots were with strong jutsu. Even if Naruto seemed to only be the only one wanting to go on attack head on, he made sure the guys were safe 24/7. And Sasuke seemed to know perfect timing, and Naruto was able to help her towards the end. And I accept your answer. So Sakura, you showed the most heroics on this team. Both Sasuke and Naruto showed the most skill. That works great in tandem. So yeah. So Naruto finished using chemical release to heal Sakura, and he smiled and rode her head, saying, like, I'll teach you anything I can. And he says after that I will not let my teammates sacrifice themselves for me being selfish. So yeah. Now, 1.5 of training had passed. Sasuke unlocked a 120 Sharingan, and then went 2 weeks of training with Chidori. She also has that. Sakura had also learned healing and genjutsu with Naruto. So yeah, I think I messed up how this works. Hold up. There should not be a comma here. Period here. All right, good. All right. Yeah. So Sasuke unlocked basically 120 Sharingan, and also has 2 weeks of Chidori training on top of that. So she seems to be doing pretty good for herself. And then Sakura had learned healing ninjutsu and genjutsu, and plus the basics of yin and yang release with Naruto. So, and Naruto couldn't just copy Chidori, as his body and just normal regular precision. His body is basically just honed to be able to react on speed faster than a Sharingan. So he can handle Chidori pretty well, actually. But eventually he decided that it was too out of control in terms of power, so he developed Purple Lightning. And then he taught it to Kakashi. Yeah. So one day he was trying to spy on the team's training, as he sees Sakura basically healing a fish. But this fish is massive. It is 20 feet long. And Naruto cut it in random places that Sakura has to detect and heal. Naruto's also at the same time sparring Kakashi and Sasuke, likely maintaining a water bubble around the fish so it doesn't die. So yeah, Naruto has insane focus and chakra control, but also rather, how do I phrase this? He's obsessed with battle and wants to fight with his team, but also wants to make sure Sakura does good training that isn't battle-wise. Yeah. So when Hiruzen sees how strong Team 7 is, it basically gives them a secret mission of his own accord. They meet Tazuna. Tazuna didn't roast them at all. He actually, more thought they were a pretty good team. Even Hiruzen's like, yeah, they're one of our best current teams. And just actually will add, we'll basically just keep selling their team. He basically says, yeah, Kakashi is one of our ex-Amu captains. He's one of the greatest ones we've ever had. Naruto, he's one of the least greatest prodigies and a ninjutsu genius. Sasuke's the last Uchiha, and probably one of the stronger ones currently. And Sakura is a genius of her generation. Plus, she has healing ninjutsu. And Tazuna is immediately sold on this. She's like, all right, fine. You didn't need to tell me all that. I was thinking either way, but now I definitely want them even more. So yeah. Now with this, we move on to basically just the Demon Brothers. Now, Team 7 and me called out genjutsu the one they saw the puddle. So Naruto just enhanced his fist with chakra and punched the ground in full force, making it basically erupt. Kind of how Team Sakura can do in Shippuden. But they basically just got double, kind of just like like the split kick that most Uchiha have been doing throughout the whole series. Sasuke kind of did that to both of them. Then Sasuke just stabbed one with the poison senbone, and then she just threw the other senbone right in one Demon eye, and Naruto just ran in and punched them in the chin, knocking them out. So yeah. So the one that got stabbed with the poison senbone, it's more that's just truth serum. And if your body will lie, or if you lie, your heartbeat will have this rhythm. If your heartbeat has a certain rhythm, the poison will enhance through your body faster. Naruto made this poison, and is currently teaching Sakura how to make it. So yeah. Eventually, when Demon Brother basically leaked all the info that they had, the poison had stopped coursing through their body with help of Naruto, and a clone would escort them back to the Hidden Leaf prison. So yeah. So with this, well, we go on to basically Zabuza. And when the blade is thrown, Sakura can actually run and catch it with 2 hands and throw it around 2 feet away. But her arms are actually strained from that. It's pretty heavy still. But yeah. And then Sasuke charged full speed ahead right at Zabuza. But she tried to go for a kick. Well, it wouldn't work. But Zabuza is able to dodge it. And I'm about to use his blade to slash her in half, basically. But he didn't expect her to use a Chidori. He just slammed her into his blade, like punched it really with Chidori activated and destroyed it. She destroyed it. Well, Zabuza also ended up burning the nerves of most of his arm, basically most of the nerves in his arms, because he's only a metal blade, and they got punched by millions of volts of electricity. I can imagine it scorched his arm. But yeah, but Kakashi just followed up his own attack. Hitting Zabuza right in the chest with not like a killing him, but like a palm strike Chidori. And what it was, Haku basically jumped out, yelling, "How dare you hurt her master Zabuza!" But Naruto ended up putting up a hand seal, and then said, "Ice release, use crystal ice mirrors." That Haku is trapped, but with Naruto's crystal release, he enhances the ice mirrors to the point where they infuse crystal release, so nothing can break them. Nothing. They're unbreakable. They're invincible. But yeah. As soon as Haku's like, "Oh, I know the weakness of this," and try to find her own way to destroy the mirrors. Did I say her or they? I didn't plan far enough to head out. I didn't plan far enough ahead to have Haku be a girl. They, screw it. Haku's a guy still. Alright, so Haku tried to escape using their own way, but it wouldn't work. You realize these ice mirrors are pink. They're more pinkish than anything else. You realize that these are ice mirrors, true, but they're different. Bunch just appeared by Haku, chopping them on the back of the neck, knocking them out. Then with this, okay. I'm throwing this on my bed. Okay, so, all in the waves, Haku's held captive, but then she would see Naruto and Zabuza training with swords, which actually shocked her. Well, Zabuza training Naruto and Sakura with blades. Haku and Naruto began talking once Naruto was stopped, and Haku revealed that they were women and to use her ice release. Okay, I thought far enough ahead and I was actually able to communicate with this. It does take a lot of rearranging for just like random things on my computer, but still, with all that random rearranging, it works now. Right? Haku revealed that they're women and use her ice release through birth, and Naruto says he's training a lot and unlocked it, and even has a lot more of other Kekkei Genkai. So yeah. Haku was amazed at seeing all of Naruto's Kekkei Genkai, and even started having a very strong crush on him. Now, when Gato's men arrive, Zabuza and Kakashi happen to be building the bridge, and they're kind of forming a bond as Zabuza and Kakashi are kind of like the new teachers of Team 7. Like, even Haku occasionally will step in to train, but, yeah. But during this time, Naruto trained Sasuke and Sakura, and they both don't want to admit it, but they both have a slight crush on Naruto. So, yeah. Gato's men are all killed by Zabuza and Kakashi, and then Team 7 go back to Konoha. Zabuza and Haku are both made Jonin, and Zabuza did give back Kubikiri Bocho to Konoha, since Naruto made him a new Kubikiri Bocho, with same abilities as the last one, but this one has like 10 times the normal ability. So, yeah. It's lighter, but has the same strength and everything. It's no longer just a giant hunk of steel. It's more or less just very fine-tuned to slice through anything. Like, you can throw this thing and it'll cut through rock paper. And it weighs him amount as a normal katana. So, yeah. Konohamaru's new teacher is introduced as Haku, and Haku would introduce herself as Naruto's lover. And the thing is, Naruto doesn't know Haku says this. Like, every time Haku will introduce herself to anyone that Naruto knows, she introduces herself as Naruto's lover. Naruto doesn't know this happens at all. Yeah, but every scene in Team Konohamaru were just amazed that Naruto pulled such a beautiful woman. Yeah, but yeah, Haku will keep saying it until like Haku will keep saying that she's dating Naruto, that she's Naruto's lover until it comes true. Now the training exams. Rock Lee attacked Naruto, but when he landed a kick on Naruto's chest, it just broke Lee's foot. Yeah, so you see Naruto's gear right here. Basically, this is originally supposed to be like a black Jonin jacket for like the original artist. For me, basically, I'm using it as more like just basically a giant vest. It looks like a regular vest, but no, it's really just made of iron. Well, it's a regular vest, but also just platted like laid out with iron and gold on it. So this thing weighs like 90 pounds, and it's just mainly sheer and solid steel. So yeah, when Rock Lee kicked it, he broke his foot. But yeah, Lee let out a yell of pain, but Naruto just healed him easily and walked ahead to the exam hall. He sat next to Hinata, and when he saw Gaara's eye, he knew he'd do this jutsu too. So he basically sent a bit of a sand over and began hijacking Gaara's eye. Well, not hijacking, him and Gaara share the vision. Gaara realizes that Naruto's sharing the vision with him, as he doesn't know that Naruto has a hand seal up. Now, the instructors will cut out Naruto and Gaara, but Naruto immediately placed him under Genjutsu, so they didn't say anything about it, leading to Naruto and Gaara not being leaked for anything. Actually, in terms of the proctors, they don't see Naruto, Gaara, Sasuke, or Sakura. It's like they're not even in there. So they're basically invisible. And then eventually, just to be nice, he cast the jutsu on all the rest of the members of Team Guy. No one knows they're there. I'm not like basically every Konoha team and most of the hidden sand team. I almost said sound. So Team Gaara and the Konoha 12. Not made them invisible to the proctors via Genjutsu. He stood up and walked over to them, helping them all out with their answers. That's what they're doing, but that's what Naruto's doing. But he says, "Oh, he puts a Genjutsu on all of them, so everyone doesn't think they're here." Plus, it wouldn't be called cheating if no one knows they're there. So, yeah. Now, this just made the hidden sand team laugh, and Gaara's asking Naruto how he hijacked his eye. But Naruto basically just says that, well, the way he did it, he can use magnet release better than Gaara. And the whole sand control thing, he can do that as well, but he doesn't use it. And Gaara, that he has all the same abilities as Gaara, just like times 100. So, yeah. So now with this, well, Naruto realized there's no answer to number 10, or at least not a proper one. So he basically told everyone this and they turned in their papers. And everyone's score kind of just matched Minato's time. And Minato's score is the highest. Yeah. So with this, well, Naruto analyzed everyone's weaknesses before they turned in the papers and released Genjutsu. And Ibiki realized this Genjutsu was on everyone in the room, not just the proctors. This amazed Ibiki, calling Naruto Genjutsu genius and saying they pass. So yeah. So this time we go on to basically just the Forest of Death. And when it came to Naruto trying to use the bathroom and getting attacked by the Hidden Rain team, he already knew they were there. So what he did is just walk forward and he just turned around looking at them, put up one hand seal, and the whole area around them with trees. The trees to basically just crush, sudden flying into each other and crush the team itself, killing them. He didn't realize the scroll is the one they needed, so they didn't use it. But still, that was a pretty insane ability. Yeah. But then when Naruto arrived to fight, well, Naruto's abilities are pretty close to Edo Madara. He's almost a master. Well, he's a master Jinchuriki. His body just can't take the full brunt of the abilities. He has truth-seeking orbs. He has almost every Kekkei we've seen in Naruto. He has mastered almost every Kekkei we've seen in Naruto. He's decently intelligent. His body is basically almost impenetrable because of just the way he uses his abilities. Man's basically a living fortress. His defense alone could stop the Nine Tails. His offense itself could kill every tail beast in one fell swoop. So there you go. So yeah, Sasuke would fight Orochimaru with Naruto, and actually able to cut the stick in half using a lightning infused sword. Thanks Zabuza buying it for her. Then Sakura and Orochimaru began fighting. Sakura is actually able to smack Orochimaru with an attack that would make him lose all his major senses for around 5 minutes. This is actually low level chemical release that Naruto had been teaching Sakura. She didn't know she was learning it, but Naruto had been training her body for it and her mind for it. But he didn't make it obvious. Naruto's the only user of chemical release to ever exist. Sakura would be the second. So yeah. Naruto panics and not being able to use his sight, hearing, sense of touch, sense of sight. Again, he can't use anything and just gets beaten up. Basically, you know how Mahito got beat up by Yuji and Nanami? That's like the beating Team 7 is laying down on Orochimaru. It is just terrifying for him because he can't do anything about it. All he can do is play around like a small child. But eventually Team 7 is met by Kabuto and Team Dosu. But just a second, Naruto killed most of these teams. It was a pretty easy thing. So yeah, so Kabuto and the rest of Team Dosu, Kabuto and most of Team Dosu survive, but he killed all Team Kabuto and severely wounded the rest of them. Yeah. They'll die if Kabuto doesn't treat them, because Naruto did leave them alive just so Kabuto can heal them. Naruto does have a slight sense of morality, so he's being nice. But yeah. So Kabuto realizing he needs to treat them, well, he did, and the lack of teams, at least 5 extra days added to one with the training, because Team 7 stole their paper, or their scroll. So yeah. But I go past this. And we go on to Naruto when he meets Jiraiya. And Naruto is actually a bit more pervy, because, well, he has Genjutsu that allows him to remain invisible to most people. They can't hear or see him, or even sense him. So he's spied on women a few times. He even Genjutsu on Jiraiya, telling Jiraiya that they can hop in there and look around, but don't do anything too obsessive or creepy, more than they're already doing. So yeah, Naruto says Jiraiya, if he does grabs anyone, the Genjutsu's broken on him. Naruto will remain invisible, but Jiraiya will be leaked as some kind of harasser of women. Yeah, harasser of women. Yeah. But Jiraiya understood this, and then Naruto and Jiraiya bond over women for a bit. Then we go on to Jiraiya training Naruto, and try to teach him summoning jutsu, but Naruto summoned a giant boar the size of Lady Katsuyu. This thing is huge. And the boar mainly represents one of the gods of polytheism. I forgot what god I had to represent. Started with a V. I forgot though. Basically, it just means the boar is supposed to represent the word of many, so to say. And that many ties into Naruto's Genkai. Yeah. Naruto's also shocked, but he made a pact with the boar, then desummoned it. But then he summoned something else with just regular chakra, trying to summon it the way Jiraiya was using it. And that led to him summoning a toad. And he summoned Gamaken. Then made a pact with him and desummoned him. And this happened all in the span of 10 minutes. So, And next is Rasengan training, but Naruto memorized the whole scroll of ceiling, so he already knew how to do Rasengan. He hasn't tried it yet, but he already knew it. So he did it pretty easily. So it came down to basically just the Rasengans that Naruto can use. He can use literally every Rasengan besides Sage Art Rasengan. He has no Sage mode, but he can use every Rasengan besides Sage Art. So yeah. And against Neji, it's not even a fight. It is literally just abuse. So the one then Neji tried to use palm rotation on Naruto because he knows that Naruto's a genius in terms of combat. Naruto just used Rasengan on one finger, sending it flying at Neji, yelling mini Rasengan. Neji thought he could slap it away, but no, not to lie, it's not a mini Rasengan, it's a compressed Rasengan. So it broke one of Neji's arms when he blocked it, and completely shattered almost the bones in it. But Naruto can actually easily heal him. So yeah. Sakura would fight Shino and Kankuro and beats them both. In this fight, with Sakura's uses of poison and just knowledge of both their abilities, they had a small crush on her. And they almost fought again because they both realized the other one had a crush on her. So, But yeah. Sasuke would fight Gaara and wins pretty easily. But Gaara will win Berserk. But before Gaara can escape, everyone had heard Naruto yell, "Impenetrable cage!" With that, suddenly his true orb would form the shape of a square around Gaara, and Gaara can't get out of it. So yeah. Now immediately Naruto had looked around and just been fighting anyone in his path while holding Gaara hostage. Eventually he'd flex his chakra pressure right in the cage, and that completely just he kind of mixed it in with gravity release, and that kind of almost crushed Gaara completely. Gaara just knocked him out through pain. And then Shukaku couldn't escape, so Shukaku would just submit. Then Naruto let them go, then had knocked out Temari and Kankuro. Then it came down to Hiruzen versus versus Hashirama and Tobirama. Naruto would just use the same orb that held Gaara to fly through the barrier and smash off their limbs, and all of them, their arms, their legs, everything. Keep in mind, true orbs make it impossible for reanimations to regenerate. So they can't use ninjutsu unless they know visual or audible genjutsu. And I doubt Hashirama knows that. Maybe Tobirama, but we don't have that good genjutsu feats from them, or any at all that aren't hand sign based. So no hope. But yeah. So that's interesting. Orb would crash into Orochimaru's chest, almost killing him. But but Sound 4 run in and save Orochimaru. Then Kabuto would have an idea to summon what was it? Oh yeah, to summon in Manda and then desummon him. And they both go with him to Ryuchi Cave. So yeah. Hiruzen basically says, "Naruto, thank you for saving me. But what were those orbs? They've even stopped the first two Hokage and a Sannin." Naruto got nervous to realize he can no longer lie about some of his abilities. And Naruto basically made up a lie saying, "Oh, he trained so hard and just combined natures in making these." No, he just reveals that he was just born with all these abilities. He tells everyone he got them through training. No, he's just born with them. It takes him longer to access them. Kind of locked him how Uchiha would unlock his Sharingan. It happened over time or through emotion. So, yeah. And he basically says these orbs, well, they grant me a bit of nature energy, and they destroy anything down to the soul. Fusion are knew that Naruto is stronger than Guy and Kakashi, but now Hiruzen thinks and knows that Naruto is probably stronger than him. So, yeah. But Naruto went into Gar's mindscape once the whole thing was over, and in Gar's mind, Kurama would basically be yelling at Shukaku. Kurama would yell, "Shukaku, how dare you torture this poor boy? You know how Kurama told us. You know it." Shukaku was mainly just nervous, but Gaara was actually confused. Why would the demon fox show compassion for some random boy? And even spoke up. "Why do you care? I'm some random kid that tried to destroy Konoha." Kurama just smirked, saying, My vessel likes you, so I'll acknowledge you as a person and as a fighter." So yeah, Gaara almost cried, knowing that Naruto liked him, and that the Nine Tails itself acknowledged him. So yeah. So with this, well, eventually we go on to just Gaara and Shikaku eventually making a bond. Shikaku was too scared because he's being chewed out, and Gaara was simply too happy and almost cried. So they made a bond, making them perfect Jinchurikis now. So yeah. Now with this we go on to Jiraiya wanting to go find Tsunade. Naruto had begged Jiraiya to become Hokage. And then Jiraiya basically says, "Well, I need to keep up my spy network, do my research for the Makeout series, and I need to train you." Kashi spoke up, saying, "I can handle the spy network. I think with how me and Naruto operate, we can do the Makeout series. Me and him get a little more women than you do. You're kind of old, and well, me without my mask pulls a lot." And Kashi just sighed, saying, "Fucking show off." And well, with this, well, we go on to Naruto and Kashi smiling, and Jiraiya realizes he should settle down and be Hokage by now, because Naruto would probably genjutsu him into becoming Hokage, if not just brute force him into becoming one. So yeah. Now with this, when he came to Naruto find Tsunade, he easily found her. Like he easily found her and brought her back to Konoha. And she came there for dry ceremony, and when she heard that Jiraiya was becoming Hokage, she was amazed. If she was forced to become Hokage, she's like, "Well, I'll ask Jiraiya about it." And Naruto's like, "Oh no, the reason for your coming here is to attend dry ceremony as a friend." She's like, "Oh, he's already becoming Hokage. Cool." And just go as a friend. Well, she came. Yeah. So yeah, but if you guys were wondering about the Sasuke retrieval arc, well, Orochimaru kind of played into being like Black Zetsu. Like he's basically the Black Zetsu to Sasuke's Madara, or Indra, whatever, and convince her that the Hidden Leaf doesn't appreciate her, the Hidden Leaf doesn't appreciate her or her ability, and that they only use her because she's an Uchiha, nothing more. And that led her escaping. But he eventually had her run on Demanda, and they reverse summon, knowing that this is the quickest way to escape. It's also one of Naruto's only weaknesses. He's not a good censor. Actually, he's not that good at censoring in jutsu. So yeah, you can't find them. But yeah. Now, when everyone knows that Sasuke was gone of her own free will, they decide to actually train to get her back. So yeah. So Naruto, Kakashi, and Haku leave for a 2-year time skip, and Naruto and Kakashi decide they make an excellent make out tactic series. Plus with Naruto's clones, well, they made it even better. And Naruto, by the time he comes back, looks just like this. Like as a kid, he already had the vest down, but now the cape and everything, he applies that too. Like he has it on and everything. But yeah, Naruto had learned to master Sage Mode, and is now matching Jubidara with KCM 1 and 2. But then he has Boil Release, which gives him a pseudo Baryon mode, and that kind of puts him above Jubidara, putting him close to Kaguya, or she matching Kaguya exactly. So this shows his power. Now, Kakashi at this point, he actually also had actually learned an mastered Mangekyo Sharingan. Naruto actually began tapping into his Ashura power, which also meant he's tapping into Hagoromo's abilities that Hagoromo gave him at birth, which actually allowed him to actually advance Kakashi's Sharingan Eye and actually give him a bit more chakra permanently. That allowed him to not have gave him the normal chakra pools of Uchiha. That's the best way to say it. Kakashi's chakra pools are very similar to regular Uchiha, so you can use Mangekyo pretty normally. But yeah. But when Naruto and Kakashi return, well, that was what actually held back Haku when they had to go on the Kazekage retrieval mission. When he held back, Haku had revealed that she's 2 months pregnant. Keep in mind, Naruto's 16 and Haku's like almost 19. So, see, some things happened. Now, Zabuza was shocked, but Naruto didn't know. Oh, well, Haku thought he didn't know. Naruto became a censor over the years and could tell that Haku was pregnant. But yeah, Naruto, Sakura, and Kakashi made it to insane in just one day because of their speed and strength. Kankuro wasn't sick because he began learning to make poison from Chio right after he met Sakura, and he's been learning how to make poison for 2 years. On an elite level. So he found a way to counter Sasori's poison on a decent level. So at this point, like, it's not perfect, but it wouldn't kill him. He'd be sick for a few days at the best. So yeah, Kankuro currently is actually an actual equal to Sasori, but Sasori had a lot more puppets. So Kankuro was slightly overwhelmed. But yeah, Kankuro, Tamari, Sakura, Chio, Naruto, Kakashi, and Team Guy go to fight Sasori and Deidara. Team Guy still fights their doppelgangers because of those seals. But Naruto immediately sent out clones, and those clones just completely destroy them immediately. So Team Guy would help Kankuro, Chio, and Sakura with Sasori's puppets, but suddenly they don't even need help. Literally, Guy and Lee and Neji both use like a combined attack to send out a shockwave to destroy like 90% of the puppets around them that are Sasori's. And then we would use her weapons to like basically just hijack them for Kankuro and Chio. Then Sakura would herself would fight Sasori and win easily. So yeah. Then we came to Deidara. Deidara tried to fight Kakashi, but Kakashi learned everything that Jiraiya did. But mastered anything that Jiraiya didn't. So yeah, so Kakashi can summon Toad now. He has nearly mastered Toad Sage Mode. A mastered Mangekyo Sharingan. I can keep going on things that he's mastered. So he no diff Deidara. Just easy. Like at the lowest level, you can call Kakashi Itachi. This is his lowest plane, Itachi. So yeah. But yeah, so now we go on. It's basically just Gaara. And Gaara isn't dead, but his body's pretty badly beaten. So Naruto just ended up using a bit of chakra in the Gaara, and that chakra was actually enough to actually kind of just jumpstart Gaara's body. So yeah. Now on Tennichi Bridge. Naruto led his team with Zabuza, Sakura, and Sai. They don't need Yamato because Naruto has wood release. And plus, when it came to Yamato, Jiraiya gave him any scroll involving wood release. So, So Naruto is actually able to impersonate Sasori. Then as he talked to Kabuto, well, Kabuto tried to basically cut out the tried to kill Sasori, but Naruto wait, pause. So as Kabuto tried to basically cut down the puppet, well, Naruto had his eye cut, but that's about it, and it healed immediately. His healing factor is already accelerated. But yeah, Kabuto basically like tripled his arm back after slicing it. Slicing the puppet, but realized his arm was gone completely, which scared him. He looked behind him, seeing Sai and Sakura holding Orochimaru at bay. Zabuza held up his missing arm. And Zabuza basically holds up his blade, saying that this thing can cut you on a cellular level. Well, you're not getting by him. Plus, his speed is already surpassing light, so it works. Which is true. Zabuza's speed currently is now surpassing light. He's running 2 times faster than light, but it's not that impressive, but it works. But yeah, Kabuto is forced to the ground via gravity release, and then killed with ash release. Yeah. But Kabuto, before he's fully killed, would burst into snakes, and so would Orochimaru. And as they disappear, Naruto began tracking them using sensory ninjutsu and ran ahead to go after them. So, now when stuck in the base, Sai still confronted Sasuke. Sasuke easily escaped, and then her and Naruto confront each other still with the same whole exploding build the base thing. But when she basically tries to fight Naruto, she loses horribly. and she looks around for help, only to see that Orochimaru and Kabuto abandon her. So, yeah. So in reality, the Hidden Leaf did appreciate her. It was Orochimaru that didn't appreciate her. So, yeah. Sasuke is then kept in Konoha prison, because, yeah. So Shikamaru went on to the Akatsuki suppression mission, but during this time, into your time skip, Jiraiya didn't have an advisor. Shikaku just wanted to settle down, and Jiraiya let him settle down. Which led to Shikamaru. And Shikamaru did realize he wasn't as strong as he could be, so Shikaku trained him, but then so did Jiraiya. So Shikamaru's current power is more or less matching Kakuzu, and that means he surpassed Asuma. So yeah, he's pretty skilled. But yeah. So when it came to Asuma about to die in the mission, Shikamaru speed blitzed Hidan and knocked him out, but then barely dodged Kakuzu's attack that almost killed Asuma with a stab to the heart. Yeah, he barely dodged that, or barely helped Asuma dodge that. Now, Asuma remains in the Hidden Leaf Hospital, so his burns heal and very few stab wounds heal. But yeah, but Shikamaru left on his own on the court to go kill Kakuzu and Hidan. Shikamaru and Naruto and Kakashi go with Shikamaru, and Kakashi would fight Kakuzu. Kakuzu is very bad at fighting. well, at least compared to Kakashi's bad at fighting. And Kakashi would only kind of just fight him if he tried to use a fatal attack on Shikamaru. Like, running him fight, but if an attack would be fatal, Kakashi would intervene and destroy that fatal attack. So it wasn't as bad. So yeah, so there's no way for Kakuzu to kill Shikamaru because Kakashi is making it so that it can't happen. But yeah. And Naruto just completely turned Hidan to basically just atoms. All he did was just use a dust and ash release and future Sengon, and then it hit Hidan with it. Well, it wasn't even a Sengon; it was a Rasen Shuriken, and that vaporized is just the whole area that Naruto was in. But Naruto tanked that attack. And he let himself be hit by it and everything, but tanked the blow. It didn't hurt him at all, so it worked. Yeah. Now, Sasuke, Naruto, Sakura, and Kakashi leave to go destroy all of Orochimaru's bases. Sasuke just to actually help them, and Kakashi because he knew where all of them are. So, But about this, they do they do reunite or make the current team heavy, like the original one, like Jugo, Suigetsu, Karin, so and so. And Sasuke and Karin were actually pretty decent friends, so it worked. But yeah. Now, when it came to Kisame, Sasuke would fight him, but Naruto was stopping the fight. And then just used explosion release to try to punch a hole through him. It didn't work, it just knocked him out through pain. But yeah. Sasuke would fight Itachi, but through convincing from Naruto, she doesn't kill him. So it worked. Sasuke currently is matching Itachi, so it worked. Now, Itachi's injuries are actually healed by Naruto and Sakura, so yeah. Then Naruto brought everyone to the Konoha. Zabuza gave his stronger executioner's blade to Suigetsu, and then just trained him while Zabuza just took Samehara. So Kisame is following Itachi around the Hidden Leaf, and Itachi became an Anbu captain again, but mainly serving as Hiruzen's guard most of the time. So yeah, Sasuke and Itachi and Kisame go into the root base and kill everyone except for Sai, which led to Itachi taking over the root Anbu. But then Sai ended up going about and leading the Anbu instead of the root, while Itachi had led the root himself. So, Now Kakashi went into the Hidden Rain, and his dogs posed as strays to get information. Mom and Pa Toad search as regular toads for information, and Kakashi would pose as Sukiya. Sukiya is the journalist Kakashi would pose as most of the time, like Boruto and everything. So yeah. Eventually caught on Kakashi, but he would use Mangekyo again Jutsu on her to knock her out. Also find out where pain is, so it worked. So yeah, now him and Nagato fight, and the fight ended in a stalemate after just 4 days. So they fought for 4 days and ended in a stalemate. But yeah, Naruto had just heard this and grabbed. Kakashi had also caught Kamui Konan a wave as like a hostage, so to say. But yeah. So eventually with this, once Kakashi returned the Hidden Leaf, and Naruto heard about everything, and Kakashi had actually released Konan from the Kamui dimension. When it came to Nagato, Naruto is actually just willing to give her back, but Naruto wants to talk to him like a normal person, and Naruto was like, just let her go now. I'll consider talking to you. Naruto says, all right, good, cool. He let go. Come on, and walked away. Came back with sake, and just a few cups with it, saying, all right, then here. So Naruto is actually confused on this. Like, he's very confused. I'm like, one, why did Naruto betray him? Two, why does he have sake? But Naruto just says he already knows where the real body of Nagato is. He literally wants to talk to him. And Naruto agreed to that. So yeah, now after these pause. After these talks with the bottles of sake and everything, Naruto was actually convinced to tell Naruto about the whole story of him and Obito. So it worked. Now Naruto had realizing he's living a pretty pitiful life with the corpse of his best friend. So he just kind of just killed himself via Renee rebirth. As he did go to Konoha pretty loud. So he revived anyone that he accidentally killed. So it worked. So yeah, Naruto ended up taking Nagato's eyes and then bringing Konoha to the hidden leaf. Sasuke gets one Rinnegan. But the one Rinnegan's put into her head. Naruto and her both meet Hagoromo again, and they give him some abilities. But Naruto had kept one Rinnegan. Hagoromo basically put that Rinnegan in Naruto's head, then advanced that Rinnegan to a Rinne Sharingan. So Naruto basically just became God now. So with these powers, Naruto's chakra density itself can kill Kaguya. There's so much force that's behind his chakra, it could kill her. So that much power is in this man. And Sasuke is actually equal to Kaguya now. So yeah. Well, Naruto just ended up putting one hand on Kakashi's eye, giving him an EMS. As he unlocked basically every ability of Hagoromo, but then his own abilities as well. So yeah. And Itachi and Sasuke already had one. So yeah. So with Kakashi having EMS now, gives him same abilities as he would having two Kamuis, but now DMS. So he has access to Susanoo, access to Susanoo, Kamui Shuriken. He can phase through objects now, and he has his long distance Kamui too. So man is stacked. So yeah. Now Obito went to Konoha at night only to see Kakashi. When he tried to basically take Kakashi's eye, Kakashi already called it out and immediately went into Susanoo, and Obito couldn't catch up to where Kakashi was. With EMS, Kakashi can fly now. So yeah, he's kind of just flying around. And Obito can fight this, so it's not working at all. So yeah. But then Obito had lost, so yeah. Well, Itachi had actually found out where Black Zetsu was. So he actually helped Sasuke steal him away, so it worked. Well then Orochimaru would meet the five Kage. Eventually when it came to the summit, he tries to meet the five Kage, saying he submits because everyone he knows that Stronghold has been defeated by the Hidden Leaf. But when we try to say he submits, he sees Naruto as Lord Sixth at age 16. And his advisors are Itachi and Shikamaru. So yeah. And Naruto forgave Orochimaru and gave him his old Konoha lab back. Now, it's pretty mad to see some 16, 15-year-olds leaving their villages, being Naruto and Gaara. But Naruto then says, well, yeah, we're the strongest ones here. Gaara has the One-Tails. Has the One-Tails back. Because Gaara did, I think I said this, or I think I said it wrong. Gaara lost it, but Naruto has some tailed beast chakra. So he gave Gaara tailed beast chakra, so he has the ability of a Jinchuriki without having a tailed beast. So yeah, so any tailed beast that died, either or sealed away via Geto statue, Naruto remade them stronger than they were before. But yeah, so Onuki would just yell, "How? The Akatsuki sealed it!" But Naruto ended up laughing, and then he just says, "The eye I'm covering right now gives me power to make tailed beasts, and they're even stronger than tailed beasts, or the old tailed beasts." So yeah. So Naruto ended up telling them he remade all tailed beasts. He's kind of just holding them captive currently, and says that they can buy them back, but at a cheaper price. And the villagers did actually pay for them. So yeah. But eventually 17 years pass with Naruto as Hokage. And yeah, Naruto has a ton of wives. But Haku has Naruto's 17-year-old son, Menma. Menma is a master of ice and dust release, and Sasuke travels the world with Menma. Yeah. Then Naruto has a daughter named Sarada, and she's the daughter of Naruto and Sakura. Sarada still has a Sharingan, but it'll progress faster than canonical Sarada. So, yeah. And because of Naruto's DNA, because there's Otsutsuki DNA now because of his ring Sharingan, this kid's gonna be born with literally any Genkai. Menma has a Byakugan in one eye, and he's not even a Hyuga in any way. So yeah. So if Karin can't have her own kids, but she shoots Kakaoki as her own son. He also sell it to Himawari, and then his every kid he has besides Menma are the same age. So then Sasuke gave birth to Boruto. But Boruto's teacher is mainly Itachi. So yeah, those are all of Naruto's lives of the kids. So yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, he has 5 kids. 1 is adopted. So yeah. Also, Kabuki had actually dyed his blonde as like the blonde part of his hair red to show respect to Karin for raising him. So yeah, like the loyalty Kabuki shows to Naruto and Kanon, he still has that, but shows that same amount of loyalty to Karin. So there, yeah. So in Boruto, when it came down to Shin Uchiha, well, one, Sarada is on the mission. It's Boruto this time because Boruto's mom is Sasuke. But yeah, so when it came to Shin Uchiha, well, the one that Sasuke tried to fight him, Menma appeared behind him, and then just used a gigantic Rasengan made of the dust release, and she just hit him with it, only turning to dust. So it was that quick. It ended that fast. It was a pretty simple thing. But then we go past this now on to just the onto what was it? Fucking I would say probably Momoshiki and Kinshiki. Yeah, Sasuke's a lot stronger than both of them easily. Like she was mentioning Kaguya for the five Kage Summit arc. Now she had almost been 17 years since then. You think she's gotten any stronger? This woman is stacked. At the lowest, she can still beat Kinshiki. And she does just that. She beat Kinshiki, and Menma and her combined beat Momoshiki. So there. So there's no Momoshiki invasion. At the best, it's Urashiki, and Urashiki gets smacked. What about Toneri? Toneri had never bothered with Earth. Naruto himself is a universal threat. So yeah, and just stay on that universal threat's good side. He ignores Earth completely. So there. And Naruto is also where he exists. So yeah. Then we go past this to when they meet Kaoki. Now Boruto, Himawari, Sarada, and given that, these 3 combined are basically just monsters in their own right. Like these 3 make up Team 7. Mitsuki is also part of their team, but he's mainly Naruto's student at this point. Because Orochimaru lives in Konoha, so yeah. But yeah, so Orochimaru, Mitsuki, Sarada, Boruto, and Himawari all fight against like everyone around them besides Kaoki. It's a pretty easy fight. So yeah. We came to Boro, the giant, not Boro, I mean, the other guy, Kawaki's fighting, the other guy was supposed to be like a vessel for Jigen. Boruto just was sitting on him in the side, blowing away half of his body. Then Kawaki destroyed the rest of it. So, boom, there. Past this now. When he came fighting Ao, that wasn't even a fight. So, yeah. Plus, Kashin Koji doesn't exist. Just doesn't. Because Dry's alive. Then we go on now to basically just, when it came to Jigen. Jigen is not allowed anywhere near Naruto's house. Ever. Like, Naruto's house is massive, so everyone knows where it is. But Naruto's very protective over it. He has, like, 5 kids, and each of those kids have a different mom that live with them. Yeah, there's like 10 people in his house that he has to look after. So his house is very, very protected. So when Jigen appeared in front of it, he appeared in front of his house and almost killed Jigen for going near it. Also, you guys are wondering about Delta. That was not a fight. That was abuse. Menma arrived and threw hands with her on an elite level. Menma and Delta are pretty close in power, so there. I'm gonna pass this now to basically just to Jigen arriving again, or basically when Naruto and Sasuke have to fight Jigen using like Kurama and Susanoo. No, doesn't happen. Literally, Kakashi and DMS can kill him. DMS Kakashi can kill almost anyone if he has enough accuracy with Kamui Shuriken. This Kakashi has mastered his EMS beyond belief now. So him and Itachi fight. Him and Itachi can kill anyone in one blow. So yeah, there's the Susanoo are that strong. So those two themselves fight Jigen second time, and with him how weakened he is, Kakashi can basically come away half of his body. Then Itachi seals away the other half of his body. So, boom, there. The other half of Jigen's body is basically just stationary now. It can't do anything. It's dead. So, there. I'm going to go on again to just Boro. That's not a fight. Boro is slaughtered. Literally, Boruto currently is as strong as he is in almost as strong as he is in Borushiki form. So, that's how it is. Because Borushiki doesn't exist because Momoshiki is dead. So yeah, so Boruto would fight against Boro himself and win easily. And then now we go on to basically just the rest of Kara is abused. Kind of how it works. So yeah, like, even if it came down to code, Naruto can blow up Earth and recreate everyone on it again, just to kill code. And he would do that, but he loves his family, so he's not going to do that. But he's willing to isolate Code on an island and blow up the island to atoms. So he does just that. Code isn't killed by this, but then Naruto would reduce their ocean to ocean, like they could have averaged the ocean that they're near, most of it that is, but then recreates most of that ocean. So yeah, that's how he beat Code. Just mass damage. When it came to Ada and her brother. Easy. Blade of Totsuka, and then Kamui Shuriken. So, boom. Because Itachi and Kakashi, they don't care about women anymore. So, there. Itachi had to kill the one woman he loved. Kakashi did the same thing to him. Kakashi did the same thing to himself. We don't know if he loved her, but he cared about her. But there. This ends the whole Boruto story. If you guys enjoyed, like and subscribe for more. Adios.